covering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss.
McGinley scores!
And happy Friday, everybody. We've got doubleheader baseball, Catholic League bangers going at it on the Prep. Glad to be with you. Chad Bush and Joey Yashinsky from Detroit Catholic Central and Novi. It's the Shamrocks and the Eaglets. And Joey, look, these two teams already went at it this year. It was the opener. St. Mary's won both games. They swept Catholic Central on this field, but they were the ever tightest of margins. One-run wins both ways for the Eaglets.
Yeah, a couple of one-run wins, and I think that CC here at home looking for revenge. A walk-off in that game by Hudson Brustevich, who Catholic Central's head coach Ryan Rogowski refers to as the best player in the state. So a lot of talent, a lot of big-time college and pro scouts here. Great environment, and finally some nice weather for St. Mary's, who's had a lot of games canceled.
That's right. We've got both head coaches' conversations coming up next. A great day for baseball, and a game that was originally scheduled for Wednesday. We'll have it today on Friday. Thanks for hanging. Back with more after this. Getting set for Catholic Central and Orchard Lake St. Mary's. The second time they've tangoed this year. And the bench boss for Catholic Central in his sixth year, Ryan Rogowski, good enough to join us. It's early on in the year. We know this, but so far you've had a chance to assess your team a little bit. What do you like about your group so far?
What I like about the Shamrocks, we play great defense. We have great pitching. It's just now putting it all together. What guys, right, are going to, right, show up against the top performers. Look at yesterday, New Boston Huron. We're right against Orchard Lake next day, right, if De La Salle cooperates, right? So we just, it's a nonstop gauntlet that the Shamrocks have. We want it that way, and I know they're up for the challenge today.
You guys competed well in the first go-round, and this is a league that things are just ever so tight. What is it maybe when you go back and you look at things that you could have done or might do differently against this team here today in the two games?
Yeah, I just know we've got to put the ball in play. We got to put some pressure on them. I mean, they're a winning program for years, decades. They just, right, it just seems like it goes their way because they know how to win. I just know we're, again, ready for the challenge. We're going to do things a little different today, but we're excited to play some baseball.
You were a part of those winning baseball era at Catholic Central, and I know you're trying to get things back, and really this is a team that can do that this year. You look at some of the strengths, but the tradition of this school and this program, you got a chance to really do some things that this school's been waiting for.
We do. We have 16 seniors that have bought in with our underclassmen to everyone. So I just know it's been 25 years since the Catholic Central Shamrocks have won the Catholic League, and I blinked, that was my junior year in 2001. So I just know it's a gauntlet here in the Catholic League. We want to represent not only Catholic Central, right, our God, everyone today, and I just know it's the Shamrocks' time. So we put in the work. It's time to go play some baseball.
Give us a little scouting report on what you intend to throw out in Game 1 on the mound for your club.
Yeah, Game 1, Jackson Gatt. He's worked his rear end off from last year to this year. He is anywhere from upper 80s, even clicked in them low 90s. We're excited for a good opportunity for him to go against one of the best teams in the state of Michigan. So Jackson Gatt, here you go, kiddo.
All right, Ruggo, thanks so much. Appreciate all the best.
You got it. Thank you so much.
There he is, Ryan Rogowski, getting his club set. We've got the first pitch next right here on the Prep. It's a Friday doubleheader on the Prep, and we're with Detroit Catholic Central and Orchard Lake St. Mary's, and we're with head coach Nick DePonio of Orchard Lake St. Mary's in his third year, getting set to take on Catholic Central, a team you already opened the year with. What do you know about your team so far? 7 games in, 4-3 on the year.
Well, it's kind of a little bit like you'd expect the beginning of the year to be. Some real good things we saw, and then some stuff to work on. So, I mean, at this point, we've been so up and down with weather stuff that we're just looking for some consistency, and I think you only get that when you're able to consistently play. And so we've got a load of games coming up this week, so looking to get back on track, and I think we'll be okay.
You've got a handful of seniors I know that you count on, a good group that's been leaders for you, some 4-year guys and 3-year guys. Talk about that core group and who we'll see today that you expect big things from.
Well, you know, those seniors that we have really are our team leaders on and off the field. They do a really good job, but you know, at the top of the lineup, you have Hudson Brustevich that leads off for us. Luke Crichton hits second, and Drew Tribal hits third. So in terms of a 1-through-3 punch, it's pretty darn good. So, and they've started out and done real well. So Luke will be taking the mound for us today. He always gives us a really good chance to win every time he takes the mound. So just got to play the game.
Year 3 for you in your second stint, year 9 overall. This is your alma mater. I know you're proud of the baseball program. You guys got all the way to the finals last year. What can this year's team do, and what do you believe this team is made up of?
You know, last year getting to the semifinal game, I think it was really, really good for our club in terms of getting to East Lansing, seeing what that process is about, and then learning from the obstacles that we faced. So I think we come back a year more mature, a year more ready, and guys are real hungry. So we just got to play baseball, man. We just have to, do our fundamentals and play the game, and I think we'll be okay.
First doubleheader was right here against this Catholic Central team. Both tight one-run games. I know you respect your opponent today. What do you see when you look across the diamond?
It's a fantastic group of kids and coaches. Just feel blessed to coach in this league with programs like Catholic Central, led by really quality coaches like Coach Rogowski. And, it was a battle. I mean, I think every year that we've played them, the last 3, we've gone into extras at some point. So hopefully we can stay away from that today. But respect the heck out of them, and just got to play.
Tell us what we can expect on the mound in game 1.
From Luke, you got a plus fastball, real good arm side run, good curveball. He's got a sweeper this year that he's thrown, and a good changeup. So, I mean, he commands both sides of the plate so well. We just feel confident every time he takes the mound for us.
All right, thanks for your time. All the best today, Nick.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, there he is, Nick Deponio getting the Eaglets set for battle against Catholic Central. Back with more right after this. All right, baseball's underway, and it is a 2-0 count on this glorious Friday afternoon from Almoran Field at Catholic Central. And it's a 3-pitch walk to the Notre Dame commit, Hudson Bristevich. Chad Bush and Joey Yashinsky with you. Joey, this is the start of the ball game and not what Jackson Gatt wanted. But this is a long, deep lineup, and he's got a long day ahead of him. A lot of confidence on the mound for the right-hander, Jackson Gatt, at 6'3".
All we heard from Coach Rogowski is that you just have to see Jackson Gatt in person, a physical specimen, 6'3", junior, just a tremendous amount of strength, can reach the low 90s with his fastball. So I think, from what we've heard, can kind of put on a show on the mound and at the plate.
All right, this is the 2-hitter. This is Luke Crichton, the Indiana commit, and he crunches one to left. And the Eaglets have something cooking early. 2 on, nobody out. And that'll bring up their 3rd hitter, Tribal.
And that's what we heard about from Coach Deponio. He tailors his order in a certain way. He wants 1, 2, 3 to really be his best 3 hitters. So maybe traditionally you'd see a guy like Hudson Bristevich in the 3-hole at a cleanup spot. He just wants to come right after you. And as we see here, paying early dividends with 2 on and nobody out.
3 doubles and 8 walks for Tribal, the Michigan State commit. And Gatt has yet to throw a strike. And when he did, it was a base hit to left. So Andrew Tribal, big left-handed stick. And the Eaglets, powerful left-handed bat. 2 on, nobody out, just underway. And it just misses in.
We're excited to be out here.
St. Mary's 4-3 on the year, coming off a weekend in Ohio in which they went 2-1. Catholic Central played yesterday and lost 8-4 to New Boston Huron. The count is now full at 2-1. Again, it's 3-2 baseball here in the Catholic League. 3 balls, you walk, 2 strikes, you're out. Runner on second is the leadoff man, Brustevich. Runner on first is Crichton, and this one is popped and fouled in foul territory. Let's do it again. Big Jackson Gatt on the mound, 6'3", a guy that's really worked hard in the offseason in the weight room, added some power at the plate as well. This is a guy they like and trust. You can imagine his first time this year facing the Eaglets. He did not show in the first 2 games. He's looking to settle in here against Andrew Tribal. There go the runners, double steal, and that's a walk. So the bases are loaded with nobody out, as Gatt has had trouble with control early in this windy, partly cloudy Friday afternoon.
Yeah, not necessarily the guy you'd want coming up to with the bases loaded if you're Catholic Central here. And Tyler Shubnell, a big stick back there as the catcher, recently had 5 RBIs in a game against Mason, including a home run. You know, Catholic Central's obviously, they've had a lot of close games in recent years with St. Mary's. They've had a hard time getting over the hump. The last 3 years, they've lost a game in extra innings each season to the Eaglets. So you know they want to get off to a good start here. This is not necessarily what Gatt and Rogowski were looking for.
Yeah, and just trying to settle down. I mean, the free passes are tough, and I'm sure Coach Rogowski in his 6th year, and a proud Catholic Central grad himself, settles this defense and young pitcher down. Bases are loaded with Eaglets, and one of their hottest hitters is up. And the right-handed hitting Tyler Shubnell. Shubnell, a senior. And he will do the catching today. So bases loaded, nobody out, top of the first, just underway. Second series between these two prized blue blood programs in the Detroit Catholic League.
And one thing Gatt has not been able to do early is get ahead. And as we know in the 1-1 count, when things are so accelerated, you really want to throw a first pitch strike. Not able to do that yet.
4 extra base hits for Shubnell. Big cut there, and he fouls away the fastball. A firm one coming from Gatt. What do you like about Gatt and what we heard coming in?
Yeah, I mean, just a physical specimen. You see him out there on the mound, 6'3", can get up to the lower 90s with his fastball. So you know he's got the velocity. Once he starts to mix in the off speed and finding control with that, he'll be tough to deal with.
There's a shot to right, and that's going to get down. That's going to score a couple. In to score Brustevich, right behind him Crichton. The throw to the plate, not in time. It's a 2-run single for the senior Tyler Shubnell, and it's 2-0 Eaglets.
Yeah, Coach DePonio told us during the week that he loves the top of the order here and doesn't feel the need to separate them or balance it out. He wants to just get that first inning off to a big start, and you know he's looking like quite the prognosticator with that lineup. Four base runners already, 2-0 lead. Still nobody out for Gatt. Pretty big at bat here just to settle things. Even if you're to allow one on a ground ball or a fly ball, you need to kind of get control back of the inning.
Once fouled back. So this is Bauman, the batter, the right fielder. Nate Bauman, a guy that was a starter last year, another senior. Runner at third is Tribal. Runner at first is Shubnell. They'll throw back to first and back safely as the throw is handled by Garnick at first. 1-2 the count.
You can kind of tell that St. Mary's have only played 7 games compared to 12 on the part of Catholic Central, and it's almost like they were chomping at the bit to get out here.
Eaglets were swept by Brother Rice, lost 1 in Ohio. There goes the runner to second, not in time. They'll keep Tribal at third, but it's a stolen base, a straight steal for Shubnell. And still with nobody out, the Eaglets have runners in scoring position at second and third again.
Yeah, DePonio showing the aggression, even without having been retired at the plate. He says, we're still going to try and get an extra 90 feet. 2 in scoring position with nobody out.
Here comes the 2-2 with runners at second and third to Bauman, and it's popped up, foul out of play. They've got the JV baseball field just to the west. The lacrosse team is practicing on it. Beautiful facilities here at Detroit Catholic Central in Novi, Michigan. No longer on Breakfast Drive, but it's still the great tradition here in Novi on this beautiful campus. 2-2 the count, 2-0 Eaglets, just underway. Strike 3 called. He got him on the inside corner with a heater. So a huge punch out for Jackson Gatt. And that'll keep the runners at second and third, and that'll bring up Essig, the left fielder.
Yeah, really needed an out in the worst way. A big payoff pitch there, right on the inner half of the plate. Not much that Bauman could do.
He's committed to Central Michigan. He will go be a Chippewa next year as a pitcher. But he's a two-way guy. 3-0 the count. 1 out, 2 runs in. Shubnell at second, Tribal at third. And that is the third walk of the inning for Gatt. So Essig is on. Bases are loaded again. And here comes the senior, Derek Conrad.
And Conrad's had some nice offensive moments already this year. A 3 RBI double in the opening game against Catholic Central. So now he's in a similar spot here. Bases loaded. This game can, look one way with a ground ball to short or a whole nother different way with a ball in the gap. Gatt needs to make a couple of pitches here and try and get out of this.
Batting .250 on the year, 5 runs driven in. A couple of doubles for the thick right-handed hitter. Bases full of eaglets. And one upstairs just to make sure Conrad's got a pulse. Tribal at third, Shubnell at second, Essig at first, and that's a strike call. James Briggs, your home plate umpire, said so.
That's how you'd like to follow up and in. If you're a pitcher, you kind of throw that breaker down and away, and
you bet.
The batter's not in any kind of mood to go diving across the plate.
Good speed at second and third. Pitch in the dirt, fine job by Cam Swearigan, who's caught every inning of baseball for the blue and white this year. And Ryan Rogowski says he might catch every game if we let him. Inside corner, strike 3 called. Gatt comes back with back-to-back Ks, or Ks around a walk, rather. And this is a well-located pitch on the inside corner that Conrad didn't love.
Yeah, a couple of big backward Ks. I mean, both pitches on the black, were they a touch off the plate? 2 strikes, kind of have to expand a little bit.
Yeah, well-located.
You can see where Conrad thinks he may have earned his way on, but, we see early with the zone that you're probably going to have to swing the bat today. James Briggs wants there to be balls in play.
So here comes the junior Joe Schilp, the 8-hitter. The Eaglets have 2 hits in the inning and 3 walks.
The Gatt would feel really good, even being down 2, to get out of this with the score where it is.
Preston Duff in the on-deck circle. Bases loaded. The 2-2 popped up and out of here. Catholic Central playing yesterday and falling 8-4 to the number 2 team in Division II behind Orchard Lake St. Mary's, New Boston Huron. A really tough schedule Ryan Rogowski and Nick DePonio have set up this year. Schilp stays off that bender, and that wasn't easy.
No, especially having seen what he's done with 2 strikes this inning, kind of painting the black against Bauman and Conrad. Another big pitch here. Full counts are plenty in when you start 1-1.
The full count pitch with the bases loaded, and he walked him. So the 4th walk of the inning is an RBI for Schilp, and into score comes Shubnell, and it's 3-0 Eaglets.
Yeah, unfortunately for Gatt, he just hasn't been able to consistently find the zone, not really pitching from ahead enough. And to get 3 runs, and the Eaglets still with just 1 hit, right, champ?
That's right.
Yeah.
2 hits.
2 hits, yep.
The Crichton single and the Shubnell 2 RBI signal. Here comes Preston Duff. The fastest man on this field, I promise. Coming off an injury that occurred back in the soccer season. This is a high-level soccer performer as well. There's a ground ball to second, handled by Fairchild, throw to first, and the inning over, and the side retired. But not before the Eaglets get 3 runs, thanks to the 2-run single by Shubnell, and the bases loaded walk by Shilp. 3-0 Eaglets. Let's go to the bottom of the first. Chad Bush and Joey Yashinsky back with you. 3-0 St. Mary's. Looking to win their 3rd straight this year against Catholic Central. And Catholic Central and this lineup, very potent. We'll start off with Fairchild at the top of it. And this is a Cincinnati commit, athletic shortstop, and a guy that we'll see on the mound at some point as well. For the Eaglets, they've got the right-handed pitching of Luke Crichton. And what should we know about Luke Crichton, the Indiana commit, Joey?
Yeah, I mean, a guy that can play all over the field, but now has really emerged as a fabulous pitcher.
Ground ball to third, Tribal up with it, throw to first, and in time, 1 up, 1 down.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you're touching 93, 94 as a high schooler, that's really excellent velocity, not something you come across that often, and kind of developing the curve as his out pitch. So quite a combination for Crichton. Like you say, he'll be in the Big Ten, probably pitching, but we're not sure. He's got so many gifts on the field that I guess, they'll kind of figure that out once he gets to Bloomington.
A guy originally thought of as a position player, and then the longer he stayed in Orchard Lake and the more they've given him chances on the mound, it's brought a lot of interest, not just to the college level, and Indiana saying, oh, you can throw too, that's cool. But the pro scouts are here today to see several guys. One of them is Luke Crichton on the mound, and that's why. 2 outs on the K as Fairchild is out on strikes. And that's that hot fastball.
Yeah, and the thing that Nick DePonio talks about with Crichton is that, a lot of guys, when they throw hard with a lot of velocity, you can see it in their motion, you can see it in the amount of effort, and that's not the case with Luke Crichton. A really smooth, easy throwing motion, doesn't exhibit a ton of effort, yet he's still riding the ball up 93, 94. So that's what you want to see, kind of, foreshadows a long, healthy career.
Here comes Garnick, the sophomore, and he pounds one to right. This is fairly deep, going back, and making the catch is Nick Bauman on the track. So a 1-2-3 inning for Catholic Central. We go to the top of the 2nd inning. 3-0 St. Mary's.
Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
4 wide receivers. Pressure, steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
Look, everybody wanna go and talk. At the same time, gotta walk. Better yet, run, go, hit a lick, divvy up with my homies, and we do it all again. Whenever we get it, there's no hesitation.
Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
Happy Friday, everybody. The Prep, proud to bring you baseball on NFHS. Here's how the Eaglets will look today under Nick DePonio in his 3rd year. It's Hudson Brustevich to lead things off. Luke Crichton bat 2nd, Tribal 3rd, Shubnell 4th, Bauman 5th, Essig 6th, Conrad 7th, Shilp 8th, and Duff 9th. You saw all 9 of those hitters in the first, and now you'll see the top of the lineup here in the second. Brustevich led off and walked, the Notre Dame commit, and arguably the top player in the state of Michigan, and he goes down swinging. So back comes Gatt, and he gets his third K of the day. As we get a look at the Catholic Central defense, Swearigan behind home plate, Geisler at third, Fairchild Dillon at short, his brother at second, Garnick at first, French in right, Thompson in center, and in left field it's Tappy. This is the two-hitter Luke Crichton who singled and scored his first time up.
Can't say, I'd have to think about it, but I'm trying to think of a Keystone combination up the middle that were brothers. Pretty unique thing for both those guys to be out there together.
You bet. And a pretty unique thing for Jackson Gatt to come back and K the top two hitters in the Eaglets lineup, two guys that he gets redemption on.
Yeah, Jackson Gatt kind of got those nerves maybe out in the first inning, come out like a man possessed here in inning number 2. No small feat to strike out Brustevich and Crichton back to back.
You see the good numbers on the right-hander, Jackson Gatt. And the 6'3" righty deals, and it's upstairs. This is Andrew Treibel, Michigan State commit, all Catholic a year ago. Highly athletic family. How about this? His brother goes to Brother Rice and was the sixth man and sometimes starter on that basketball team. The Treibels are split up. And his oldest brother went to Brother Rice as well. His older sister, Mia, went to St. Mary's, played college baseball, plays at James Madison. And mom and dad are quite athletic if you can't figure that out.
Yeah, tremendous amount of talent in those bloodlines.
Father Matt played basketball at Canisius. He's like 6'8", 6'9". And mom, Raquel, played softball at Canisius. And her brother is the manager for the Toledo Mud Hens, wow. Gabe Alvarez.
Yep.
Right now it's a 2-2 count with 2 outs and a 3-0 Eaglet lead. The Deuces are wild at Al Moran Field in Novi. And Gatt has come back in the second with a vengeance.
Yeah, Gabe Alvarez, I think in one of his first couple games had a walk-off in the great headline in the paper the next day, Gabe Ruth. So I think they were putting some lofty expectations on him, but for that night, he kind of was Babe Ruth, so it fit.
Fine big league player, and maybe an even better manager. This one has flown to left in foul territory. A lot of power in this Treibel bat. A lot of speed, a top defender, a guy that they're really going to like up at Michigan State. Jake Boss is getting a winner in Andrew Treibel. And he gets all those great bloodlines that come with it. Jackson Gatt has been the story of inning number 2. He's trying to fan the side. Full count, 2-out pitch. That one is laced to center. That one is deep, and it's over the head of Maxwell. Treibel's rounding first, headed to second, and it's a 2-out stand-up double for the Spartan commit.
Yeah, we kind of saw a similar play in the bottom of the first where you got to pick up that English for a lefty. You know that ball's kind of coming back towards left, and Maxwell kind of got himself turned around and wasn't able to recover the way that we saw in the bottom of the first. Bauman was able to kind of recover and make that diving catch, but excellent swing by Treibel. Really nice power the opposite way going to left center with that ball.
No doubt. Great adjustment. So that'll bring up Tyler Shubnell, who had a 2-run single, stole a base and scored back in the first. The catcher with a runner in scoring position. It's an inside, well-located fastball by Jackson with an X.
And a key pitch there for Gatt. That's what he wasn't able to do in inning 1, get ahead in the count. You know, with the 1-1 count, when you're able to get ahead 1-2 with one pitch, you're really in control of the at-bat. So a big pitch there from Gatt.
The 6'3" junior to the set, checks Treibel at second and sends it up and in.
Seems like early having a little bit of trouble locating the soft stuff. Fastball, he's been kind of on the black, painting a little bit. when he goes to the breaker ahead in the count, not quite able to throw it for a strike yet.
11 RBIs are coming in, 13 now. That one's popped up in fair territory, handled easily by Geisler in fair territory to end the inning. So St. Mary's strands a runner at second. A couple of strikeouts for Gatt. And we go to the bottom half of the second. Eaglets still up by a field goal. Love Peace and Threads Design Bar, a unique new fashion experience in downtown Milford. Get ready to elevate your style by stepping foot in their design shop. Love Peace and Threads Design Bar offers specialized collections of custom apparel. They've got custom denim jackets and sweatshirts to dresses and hats, and they've got a variety of options to choose from. Whether you're looking for a one-of-a-kind piece or you want to set a new fashion trend, their store has got you covered with endless customization options. But that's not all. Their design bar is also the perfect place for a fun and creative night out. And you can do a celebration, book a party, and bring the full experience. Gather your family or friends and design your own custom jacket, complete with patches and your own personal touches, and unleash your imagination and create something truly special with their hands-on design experience. Love Peace Threads Design Bar is more than just a store. It's a place where fashion meets creativity and community. The end. Follow the Prep on social media all season long. We're on 5 social medias, including this YouTube channel. If you would, please subscribe to this broadcast. 125 high school games a year, the most in the state of Michigan. We're proud to bring it to you. Also, if you'd like to be a sponsor on the broadcast, contact us at info@theprepsports.com. So back out come the Eaglets and Luke Crichton, who threw just 7 pitches in that first inning. Let's take a look at the Ryan Rogowski lineup. Rogowski in his 6th year. Dylan Fairchild leads off, and he's followed by his brother. Luke Fairchild, the sophomore, will bat second, and he's at second base. Garnick is at first base batting third. Maxwell, the cleanup hitter. Gatt bats 5th. Geisler will bat 6th. Tappy is in left batting 7th. Camp Sweargan will do the catching and bat 8th. And French is in right field batting 9th. Maxwell, the center fielder, to lead things off, and it's a fastball in the inside corner that's hot from Luke Crichton for strike 1. Tommy Maxwell.
Obviously helps when you get off to a good start, but I've been impressed by the energy coming from the Orchard Lake St. Mary's dugout. Clearly strong intentions coming here on the road, trying to pick up where they left off with that sweep earlier in the year.
Out in front, tap to first, easily handled by Conrad for out number 1.
Yeah, Luke Crichton quite economical thus far.
Bloomington about this senior right-hander, Luke Crichton. Plus athlete, IQ. Off speed, got him. Nasty pitch again, and I think it was the same one, Joey.
Yeah, I mean, when you're a hitter and you're standing up there kind of prepared for 94, and then you can pull the string with something off speed, or really just off the plate, like you say, Chad, he doesn't miss by much. So just got a lot in his repertoire, and you can tell why, like you said, there's going to be some conversations down the road for a guy who's that gifted both offensively and defensively.
There you see the record and the stats on Luke. He won game 1, or he did not win game 1, but he went 4 2/3, gave up 3 hits, 1 run, struck out 9 and walked just 1. It was a game that St. Mary's would win in the bottom of the 9th in extras. Swing and a miss. This is the ever dangerous Owen Geisler, the third baseman, the junior, 600 hitter, blue collar guy. Didn't start game 1, came in, pinch hit, got a hit, and he hasn't left the lineup since. A good story. And he's behind the Crichton fastball, strike 3. So his 3rd strikeout of the day. 1, 2, 3 go the Shamrocks. And this is what has made Luke Crichton all the rage amongst Major League Baseball pitching prospectus.
If you are looking for a life-changing workout experience, look no further than Pure Barre Novi. We are proud to help you achieve your fitness goals while joining a vibrant, supportive community that is over 300 women strong. Our classes are designed to strengthen and tone your entire body, and our teachers can help provide modifications for any fitness level. Find out more right now by calling 248-596-0002, visiting our website, following us on social media, or by coming to our studio right on Grand River Avenue in Novi. We can't wait to see you and help you achieve your fitness goals.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
Chad and Joey back with you from Almoran Field, Detroit Catholic Central. And these two teams trying to get back at it after the first time they played the opener right here at this field. It was 2-1. St. Mary's won game one in 9 innings on a Hudson Brustevich walk-off home run. And then it was St. Mary's winning 8-7 in game two. So CC's got a lot of, I don't want to say resentment in them, but they've got enough excuses to come out wanting revenge today.
Yeah, I think they've got revenge on their mind. And, you know, you listen to Rogowski talk about this year's team. I think he thinks it's finally time for this program to get over the hump. Had a lot of talent come through. It's his 6th year. And he points out, you know, they haven't won the Catholic League, I believe, since 2001.
Yeah, 2001.
Yeah, so, you know, you got to figure out a way. There's so many one-run games in baseball. They've kind of been on the short end, and they have to figure out a way to finish, or in this case, kind of get back in the game.
Yeah. It's not an easy league to play in. I mean, even when you're good, like Catholic Central is, you still got to play the top 6 teams in the state ahead of you on most seasons. So no rest for the wicked and the weary. You look at both these teams' records: CC 7-5, St. Mary's 4-3. And if you're just coming in from Ohio, you might think, really, these are two of the best teams in the state of Michigan?
Yeah, I mean, the competition that they've played, you know, Rogowski says that's basically how he wants to schedule.
That one is driven to left, near the line, tapping, and he missed it. That's a fair ball. That's a clean hit. And cruising into third is Bauman. And busting to second is Essig. So that, I don't believe, was touched. And so this is going to be Tappy, who just missed it, Joey.
Might have clipped off the mitt. We'll see here. Excellent view on the replay. And no, I think you're right. It might have just been an air ball. And not really a play you can afford in this circumstance. Yeah, he tracked it well. He was right on it. I don't know that there's a tremendous amount of sun right now, but he took one up and in on the first at bat, if we recall.
Well, Conrad wears that armband on his tricep. I think this hit him just above it. You wear all this equipment for these reasons, and I think it missed Conrad just above that protective device.
My shoulder blade area, it looked like.
Yeah, tricep, something, shoulder, yeah, deltoid.
Yeah, kind of been Jekyll and Hyde for Gatt, and I think that might do it. Couldn't find it in the first inning. Excellent in the second, and
it did get him on
here
that.
in the third.
Yeah. All right, we're going to step aside. Catholic Central going to make a pitching change. We'll come back and find out all about the new pitcher. 3-0 St. Mary's. Back to Almoran in a moment.
As the voice of Michigan student athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role
is to convey the message of how high school sports are supposed to be played.
We are responsible for helping the MHSA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
in which interscholastic athletes can thrive.
We believe athletes should be competitive,
sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
We believe students in the stands should have fun.
but not take the focus away from the game.
We believe that coaches should act as teachers.
Helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
And supportive of their child's decisions.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports.
And respect should always be shown and given to them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports,
while keeping a high level of respect between all those involved in the games.
Enjoy the game.
All right, this is Adam. Take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
Mickey Laser, the senior, is on in relief. He comes on with the bases loaded, and the wall's already closing in a bit before he throws the first pitch. He's got bases loaded, and his team trails 3-0. Schilp will be the batter. Mickey Laser, the senior, on in relief, Joey.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes they talk about not wanting to put a pitcher into a, quote, dirty inning where there's traffic and whatnot, and this would be the definition of that, coming in with the bags packed. There's nobody out. You're already down 3, so, you know, Laser just wants to minimize, try and get a couple outs here. Maybe you're down 4 or even 5, but let's not try and have it be 7 or 8.
Yep. Schilp had that bases loaded walk his last time up. Bauman at third, Essig at second, Conrad at first, and it's a strike called. Laser comes in and does the ever important first pitch strike.
And you know, Evan Tappy in left is just hoping, let's get some strikeouts, pick me up. You know, I don't want my gaff to kind of define the afternoon.
His teammates trying to get him here. Laser's off speed pitch. Schilp, a guy that we saw quite a bit last year in the lineup, trying to get it going this year, a junior.
And DePonio talks about these bottom of the order guys kind of being pesky, tough outs, wants to set the table for the big boys.
RBI opportunity here, and it is flown to center. Flown to center, caught, tagging at third is Bauman. Here comes the throw to the plate, and it is in time. They got him. Double play. How about it? The throw from center by Lincoln Thompson. And this is a double play when the Shamrocks needed it the most. Big time double play here.
Boy, what a throw. Put the perfect spin on that from center. Kind of draw the ball back towards the third baseline. Excellent job on the tag as well by Cam Swearingen. Huge double play there from Laser. He's 1 out away from getting out of here.
Yep, and it was Jackson Gatt who actually moved out to center field. This one is popped out of play, so Gatt, after he was taken out, here's another look. Good, great look here. And there's the tag. Yeah, beautiful shot.
Excellent shot. Good job by James Briggs. Right there, perfect angle to make that call. It's funny how that works in baseball. You get yourself into all sorts of trouble. You go to center, ball finds you right away.
Preston Duff looks at strike 3 on the outside corner. He can't believe it. But how about the Eaglets, who load the bases, and the Shamrocks get out of it? Talk about picking up your left fielder. And that's exactly what they did. Joey Tappy bailed out here in the third.
Big time.
Parents Changing Spaces is a locally owned, free senior living referral and placement service. They help families who have loved ones that can no longer independently care for themselves find a place to live. They work with families across Southeast Michigan to find all types of senior housing, including assisted living, memory care, and residential care homes. In addition, if your loved one is in need of some assistance but not yet ready to make a move, they can provide guidance and resources for in-care home givers, physical and occupational therapy, transportation, and much more. Parents Changing Spaces service is complimentary and of no charge to you. Give them a call today, 844-772-7368, to learn how they can help your family.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
Ah, yes, the Eaglets made it to the semifinals last year, 6 times over state champions. And alumni, Brock Porter. Brock right now in high A ball and doing some good things with the Rangers. He was drafted in the 4th round of the 2022 Major League Baseball Draft Player of the Year in the state of Michigan twice, and helped lead the Eaglets to that trifecta of 3 state titles in 19, 21, and 22. And if there would have been a 2020 season,
Pete,
the Eaglets were the odds-on favorite in 2020, but no one will ever know. This thing called COVID got in the way, but it was a great run, and Brock Porter was right in the middle of it. And he's been rehabbing, and he's back, and he's healthy. And the Rangers are high on his high A ball appearance this year and what he's done already. So this is the Catholic Central bottom of the order, and this is Tappy, the left fielder, who had that error that was not an error last inning officially. That's that slider, and that's in for a strike, and that's strike 3. Crichton with a K, that's his 4th today.
Yeah, I mean, as difficult as Luke Crichton is on any day, in a day where the strike zone does look to be a little bit expanded, up, down, left, right. Not sure that breaking ball really got much of the zone, but he's going to be very hard to deal with today.
Ground ball to short. Hudson Brustevich up with it, throw to first, and Conrad scoops it for out number 2. It's been 8 up and 8 down, 8 straight retired to start the game for Luke Crichton and the Eaglets.
Yeah, it's tough sledding. I mean, against a guy like Crichton, a 3-run lead can feel like so much more. Really nice job by Brustevich there. Guy knows how to play the infield, doesn't just sit back and wait for the ball. He recognizes not that hard hit, got to go and get it, and gets his man by just a step. Nice pick by Conrad at first.
Here's Tyler French, who looks at an inside fastball. Tyler, on the year, he's just had 5 plate appearances now. 2-1 the count with 2 outs, bases clear. Shamrocks looking for their first hit. Just his 10th plate appearance of the year. That one's fouled back.
You'd like to see at least a little bit of traffic if you're Catholic Central, if not to score, but just to give your defense a little bit of a blow.
Got him on strikes, inning over. 9 up, 9 down for Crichton and the Eaglets. It's his 5th K, and he's done all this in just 24 pitches. And the last here.
High school sports are meant to be fun.
We love to represent our school.
And we care about our sports.
We know you do too.
And because we all care, it can sometimes get intense.
So let's make the experience more fun for everyone. We know it's easy to react and shout during games.
But we all make mistakes.
The game is more enjoyable when we hear positive cheering.
Referees are human. Respect their decisions. They aren't perfect.
When you feel like yelling, remember that you represent our school.
We want to win, but just remember to keep the energy positive towards all.
During the season, we spend a lot of time with our coaches. They have a tough job.
Please accept their decisions.
And be thankful for all the time they devoted to making us better.
Thank you for coming to our games and always supporting us.
We couldn't do this without you.
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 The Shamrocks, 7-5 on the year, 2-4 in league play, 1,000 students strong, 3 state titles to their credit, last in 99. And last appearance at the state title game in 2000. Ryan Rogowski trying to change that. He was a part of that runner-up in 2000 and the state title in 99. And how about Chris Sabo, Spud Sabo? The former Wolverine, former major leaguer, and what a fine alum to be noted by Catholic Central. Kind of a guy you forget about.
Yeah, you do. I mean, sort of think about those Reds teams, and the left side of that infield. Barry Larkin obviously had a Hall of Fame career, but playing alongside him was Chris Sabo. Took on a heavily favored Oakland A's team in the 1990 World Series. They didn't just beat them; they swept them. So
that's right.
The Reds acquitted themselves quite well. And unfortunately, that was also, I believe, the last time the Reds were relevant in 1990.
Yeah. The Marge Shot Reds.
Marge Shot
Reds
weren't kind to the Reds.
Shotzi pooping all over the carpet down at that.
I think she was fortunate that she owned a baseball team before the internet and social media. I don't think she would have lasted very long.
I don't think so. That one's driven deep, left field, Oppo. That's down in the corner, and that is foul. Rustevich on the year came in batting .542. All-Stater Dream Teamer last year, 4-year varsity player. Just a low-maintenance star. Very competitive kid, and he wants that baseball on the mound, too. Not sure where he's going to play at Notre Dame. Not sure if he'll even get to Notre Dame. But this is a guy that loves playing for Orchard Lake St. Mary's and loves the high school experience. Pops him up. And this is quite playable for Fairchild. And Dylan makes the play. So how about the job coming on? Mickey Laser in relief has done his part thus far and handled this Eaglet lineup.
Yeah, I mean, if and when this game does turn and Catholic Central kind of gets the offense going, we can't forget about what Laser did here in the middle part of this game. Bases loaded, nobody out. What's he done? He's come in and gotten 4 outs, nothing across the board. Really composed. Nice job here.
Crichton hits one firmly to short, handled by Fairchild Dillon, and there's quickly 2 outs in the Eaglets' 4th inning.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Catholic Central throughout the year. They've had some huge offensive outputs recently in a 4-game win streak, 9.75 a game, so just under 10. But you come out and you face Luke Crichton and you only got a couple strikes to work with. It's a different story.
Yeah, again, 3-2 baseball, which means 3 balls, 2 strikes. Unlike the traditional baseball, 4 balls, 3 strikes. That's what they do in the Detroit Catholic League, and that's where we're at today.
It's a little bit of a different game, but it's interesting. It kind of speeds things up and puts an emphasis on being aggressive.
Did he go? Yes, he did, says Mike Gentry. They asked James to use his field umpire. He did that time, and it didn't work in the Eaglets' favor. Side retired. The top 3 go down. Here come the Shamrocks looking to get something going offensively.
If you are looking for a life-changing workout experience, look no further than Pure Barre Novi. We are proud to help you achieve your fitness goals while joining a vibrant, supportive community that is over 300 women strong. Our classes are designed to strengthen and tone your entire body, and our teachers can help provide modifications for any fitness level. Find out more right now by calling 248-596 0002, visiting our website, following us on social media, or by coming to our studio right on Grand River Avenue in Novi. We can't wait to see you and help you achieve your fitness goals.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
Four wide receivers. Pressure. Steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
Welcome back to Novi and Detroit Catholic Central, 3-0 St. Mary's. Game one of this doubleheader. And other games going on around this great state of Michigan, including in this league, St. Francis out of Toledo. Of course, a member of the Catholic League are the Knights. They lead Brother Rice right now, 2-1. Strike called. That is a league game. We'll keep an eye on that. St. Francis DeSales, the home team, leading 2-1 in the bottom of the fourth. And Brother Rice has Griffin Delusky going on the mound. Swing and a miss. Strikeout completed. Throw down to Conrad from Shubnell. And that's out number one. And another K for the Indiana commit, Mr. Luke Crichton.
Yeah, did. Made the future Cincinnati Bearcat, Dylan Fairchild, look a little bit silly with that huge breaking ball. You can tell just how difficult it is when he gets ahead in the count. He can come at you with so many different weapons. Crichton really looks like he has his A stuff here today.
Has yet to give up a base runner, has yet to give up a hit, has yet to give up anything other than that deep fly to right that was really the only hard hit ball in this game. Besides that, until now, a rocket shot through the middle by Fairchild. And that's the sophomore Fairchild, Luke, who gets the party started for the Shamrocks.
Boy, I don't know what it was about that, but that sounded like an axe going into a redwood. That was quite the pop coming off the bat of Luke Fairchild, and a much-needed, breath of energy there for the Shamrocks, just to see someone standing on first base.
So here comes Garnick, the Henry Ford Community College commit, and a guy that is one of their best hitters right now. Hotter than a firecracker on the 4th of July in Huntington Woods. You see Garnick with the 2 ding-dongs, and the 12 ribeyes. Ground ball to short, could be 2. Brustevich to Schilp for 1, and they barely got 1. Brustevich had to go in the hole wide, and it wasn't an accurate throw. Schilp with a fine play to get out number 2, Joey.
Yeah, nice job by Joe Schilp to make sure of 1. I mean, the way that ball was bouncing, pretty tough to get to. Nice job by Brustevich going in the hole to make the play.
Another guy in Brustevich that at Notre Dame, a two-way guy. Well, he will certainly not be a pitcher at Notre Dame, you would not think, but he'll have some different options.
Join his brother.
He will join his brother, Parker, who has been one of the top hitters for Notre Dame in his first 2 years as a regular starter. So here is Maxwell. And he laces one foul. Maxwell grounded out to first, his first time up. 2 out, 1 man on. Catholic Central has broken the seal here in the bottom half of the 4th. The Eaglets will now shade Zach Essig, the left fielder, a little bit more towards the left field line. Seeing that a little tardiness from Maxwell on that last swing.
Maybe tough to pull on Luke Crichton.
Off-speed pitch, of course, can be pulled, and it is there, but that's all setting up the next one.
That's what he's been doing a good job of, kind of really just mixing and matching with the 94 to go with the breaking ball and the changeup. He's had the Shamrocks tied up in knots for the better part of 4 innings.
Allen Park leads Trenton 1-0. The Jags with a big win couple days ago, or last night, against Woodhaven, one of their rivals in the Downriver League. Notre Dame leads Cross Lex 3-1. And Wall Lake Northern with a 12-7 lead over South Lyon East. The Cougars have had a tough time since we left them in Walled Lake. But a lot of season left for these clubs. I feel like the weather's just getting in a groove, right? This is kind of where you hope to get things consistent.
Start to feel better out on the field. I mean, those first few weeks are really...
That breaking ball's rocketed to right and handled by Bauman on a hop, but it's 2 hits in the inning and a shot from Maxwell with 2 strikes to keep the train a-moving.
Yeah, there's a reason that Rogowski wants Maxwell's bat in the lineup. A good pitcher who's coming off Tommy John, so maybe not quite ready to be on the mound, but throws him in there as the DH, paying dividends. You got some traffic here. You got the tying run to the plate.
And it's a big, powerful bat in Jackson Gatt, the guy that had that big throw to get the double play. Tardy with that pitch. A guy who's had a 180-degree turnaround from a year ago. Was part of a freshman season that he got called up late. Last year struggled a bit, but he's taken it to heart in the offseason, and this has been his kind of year, and they need him here now.
And as difficult as it is, he really just needs to try and get something in play. You don't have to worry about tying the game up with one swing, but it's been so tough for Catholic Central just to put the ball in play, make contact against Crichton.
Batting .333 on the year is Gatt. You mentioned the power. Crichton trying to get out of this fourth. Ground ball to third. On a hop, it'll be tagged as the runner, Garnick, advances from second to third. Could have done the force, but elects to tag, all good. Inning over, nothing across. The Shamrocks, though, get a couple of hits, but they strand a couple of runners. Let's go to the fifth. Eaglets by a field goal.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Look, everybody wanna go and talk. At the same time, gotta walk it. Better yet, run, go, hit a lick, divvy up with my homies, and we do it all again. When I we get it, there's no hesitation.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McKinley scores!
That's Dick DePonio, the bench boss for the Eaglets in his third year. It's his second stint. It's his 9th year. A proud 98 grad of the Eaglets. Led them to their first state title in baseball in 98 as a senior. Went to Oakland U. Was one of their best hitters ever in school history. And, of course, played professionally for 4 years in the Italian Pro League, which is pretty cool. That'd be fun. Wouldn't that be great to go to Europe and play some baseball in Italy of all places?
I mean, we saw Italy in the recent World Baseball Classic.
Yeah.
They kind of took that tournament by storm. Had some big leaguers out there, Pasquantino from the Royals. And
line shot, how about it? Geisler scoops it. Owen's throw to first is in time. Owen Geisler took the rocket that Shubnell sent down the line and handled it with ease.
Yeah, and talking to Rogowski, you know, he kind of just focused on Geisler's bat and what he's done in the lineup in 600, but he failed to mention nice glove over at the hot corner, a very hard hit ball, handled it with ease.
He's hit the ball hard a couple of times. Here comes Bauman, who struck out and walked, and this time floats one to center for a base hit. So first pitch swinging, Bauman gets on base for the second time today, and the Eaglets have a one-out base hit.
Number 7, Zach Essig.
Nice job by Bauman getting the bat on the ball. Sometimes you don't have to hit it tremendously hard. Just find some open grass out there.
So here comes Essig. Zach Essig, the batter. And he rockets one through the middle, right up the gut. That's his second hit today. And so the Eaglets clicking up their heels with 2 on now and 1 out, Joe.
Yeah, I like the mentality, too, offensively from St. Mary's. I think they saw early in the game Gatt having trouble throwing strikes, very patient. They've seen from Laser, maybe he's finding the zone, so they're going up, swinging early in the count, kind of just taking what the game gives to them.
So here's Conrad, who's had some chin music, and then he was hit by a pitch. And I don't think any of it was intentional, but when you're a batter and that's happened to you, there's a little extra juice behind you coming up.
Yeah, he didn't look thrilled on the opening at bat when it was chin music, and then second at bat obviously plunked him pretty good, but he stayed in the game, made a nice pick at first as well on defense, and now a big spot with 2 on.
3-1. Mickey Laser, who's done a great job in relief after he came on to try to help his teammate Jackson Gatt out, and he did and has. But he's given up 2 hits here in the 5th.
Gatt obviously helped his own ERA stay safe by going out to center, throwing that dart home. Not often you leave the game with the bases loaded, but then still are responsible for a double play.
Good point. That one is shot to right, hit firm. Coming over is French, he can't get it. And it'll be station-to-station baseball. The Eaglets with 3 straight hits, the latest by the Dakota transfer Derek Conrad.
Yeah, maybe off the bat, maybe that sounded a little bit bigger than it was. We saw French maybe going back on that ball a couple steps, then had to come in. If you take the right route, maybe catchable, but it's a pretty windy day out here in Novi. We've seen both Tappy and French struggle a little bit to find the ball.
Here's Shilp, who flew out to center field and hit into that double play after Gatt caught it and threw it home for 2 outs and a double play. Now they could use a play like that here. Shilp with the bases juiced, facing Mickey Laser, and he popped him up. This is shallow outfield, and going out is Fairchild. He's called off, and there will be no play. The runner has to hold at third. So once again, it is the center fielder, Gatt, coming in to make a play to handle it with 2 outs.
Yeah, history repeating itself. Same situation, bases loaded. Shilp up to bat. Gatt doing a nice job as moving out to center field, and I think this is kind of going to be the key part of the order for the Eaglets. We know they have that thunder at the top, Rustevich, Crichton, Tribal. Can they get the contributions from the bottom part? The Conrad, Shilp, Duff, those type of guys.
Preston Duff, fabulous athlete, outstanding speed, just getting back off an injury. He was out since the fall with a soccer injury, but he's ready for his senior year in baseball in a big spot here. Strike called. His father, Ryan, grew up in this area, in the Wixom area, just down the road. And so the Duffs quite familiar with this territory. Fouled back off the shin pads of Cam Swearigan.
Nice job by Duff just to stay alive. Tough pitch, breaking ball on the outer part. Just fought it off. Hope to get something a little more hittable here. A couple minutes scoring position.
Duff also has a sister that goes to Orchard Lake St. Mary's, much like the guy on deck. There's a ground ball, base hit left field. That's going to score Bauman. They'll keep Essig at third, but it's a 2-out, 2-strike RBI single for Preston Duff, and the Eaglets lead Catholic Central 4-0.
What a fabulous at-bat there from Preston Duff. Fought off a very tough 2-strike pitch. Finds a better one, a hanger over the middle part of the plate. Hard shot to left. Little surprise maybe with 2 out. You don't try and score another, but with Brustevich out.
You said it, and it is grounded to Fairchild, throw to first, and the side retired. So, bases loaded. They do get 1 man in, but CC holds the Eaglets to just 1 run in this inning. That's got to feel like a win for the Shamrocks. We'll see what the offense can do as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Parents Changing Spaces is a locally owned, free senior living referral and placement service. They help families who have loved ones that can no longer independently care for themselves find a place to live. They work with families across Southeast Michigan to find all types of senior housing, including assisted living, memory care, and residential care homes. In addition, if your loved one is in need of some assistance but not yet ready to make a move, they can provide guidance and resources for in-care home givers, physical and occupational therapy, transportation, and much more. Parents Changing Spaces service is complimentary and of no charge to you. Give them a call today, 844-772-7368, to learn how they can help your family.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McKinley scores!
Ryan Rogowski. His friends call him Rogo. In his 6th year, Catholic Central grad of 02, 2-time state champion at Catholic Central, went to Illinois and played for the Fighting Illini, and was a big-time athlete. Of course, baseball and wrestling, and has come back to coach his alma mater, and they're doing a great job under his tutelage. Former big leaguer with the Dodgers, 4 years in the minors, and seeking their first Catholic League title since 2001 when he was a part of it. And he's done a fabulous job coming back to Catholic Central, trying to get them over the hump and trying to get them not just in the discussion, not just top 10 in the state. They want to get a win a Catholic League or win a state title. They want that.
And it's a good year to do so. I mean, 16 seniors, that's a really experienced group. A lot of time spent on the field for these Shamrocks, and quite the pedigree from the coaching staff when you talk about what Ryan Rogowski did as a player, and then his brother Casey, 10 years professionally, 100 home runs in the minors, so a lot to speak of.
Yeah, perhaps the best athlete ever in Catholic Central history. That can be debated amongst others.
Yeah, great wrestler, a great football player, great baseball player.
Yeah, that rare combination of wrestling, baseball. We
Yeah.
talked about that yesterday. You just don't see that much.
Usually a different type of athlete that does those two sports.
Yeah,
you know?
it is. Owen Geisler having a big year, 579 on the season. Geisler, guy that works a part-time job throughout the week. Squares to bunt, pulls it back in time. That'll even the count.
Yeah, hard to picture Andre the Giant out there trying to beat out a double play ball. You know, it's just there's two different disciplines, but credit to the Rogowskis for mastering both.
Did you say Andre the Giant?
Yeah.
I can't help seeing that now.
It's, you know,
I mean, double-fisted Andre? I mean, run it. He
Andre-
certainly had to have a beverage in each hand.
Andre Rumanoff, I think they said maybe he needed about 120 beers to kind of give him a buzz.
Isn't that something?
That's what he needed. So.
Man, oh man, poor guy. So there's a man on first. It's a leadoff walk. That's the first walk of the day. And fine stop by Shubnell, but on to second goes Geisler in scoring position now as Crichton's starting to show some humanization.
Yeah, finally, you know, opening a couple small wounds. Nothing huge is open yet, but a couple little base hits last inning, couldn't get them in. And now a promising start here to the 5th.
Tappy, the batter, squares the bunt and pulls it back. He struck out his only time up. Evan Tappy, the Macomb Community College commit and left fielder.
Not a bad idea, too, against a guy like Crichton with so much strikeout potential in the short count. Try and bunt, see if you can maybe work your way on, make somebody make a play. But obviously, if you don't get it in play, now you're in a tricky spot right away.
Right. Perhaps two of the most highly touted Catholic Central baseballers will not play today. Bennett Thompson, the Michigan State commit, is out with an injury. And, of course, the fine pitcher for Catholic Central, Mahoney. Andrew Mahoney committed to Cincinnati. We don't expect to see today either. Catholic Central has a doubleheader with De La Salle tomorrow. Ground ball to third, smoke to Tribal, checks the runner at second, composes himself and fires to first for out number 2. This kid can glove down at third, Andrew Tribal.
Yeah, Tribal's really shown all the skills today. Big opposite field double to left center. Now a pick and a strong arm over at third. Promising player. It's an interesting pipeline from Novi Catholic Central here over to the Bearcats of Cincinnati, sending a couple of good ball players down there. I guess they're now in the Big 12, which kind of seems unusual, but it's hard to keep up with where all those schools are affiliated.
It sure does. And, of course, Cincinnati plucked another Catholic leaguer a couple years ago in Taransky, who's doing good things for the Bearcats. Hit a home run the other night. Regular in their lineup.
It would make more sense for St. Mary's just because the uniforms are kind of identical, black and red.
Which is important in all this. Cam Swearigan is the batter. Guy that won a state title in football. Captain Cam, as they call him, Saginaw Valley State commit. A glue guy, as his head coach calls him. Line shot to center, that's a base hit. In comes Duff, they will hold the runner Geisler at third on a bullet of a throw. So, first and third, but not before the shot from Cam Swearigan, the state champion.
Yeah, it took a while. It took a while to kind of find the rhythm and understand the velocity of Luke Crichton, but now Catholic Central's offense really humming. 4 hits in the last 2 innings, but can they do something to kind of put a dent in the scoreboard? They've put a couple guys on base each of the last 2 innings. Do you have the big shot to really put yourself back in this game?
Just 1 out. Pat Mish will come out, the pitching coach for Orchard Lake St. Mary's, who's got quite a resume behind him, Joey.
Yeah, I mean, it was really enjoyable talking to him before the game. Had an interesting career as a player. Was actually the starting pitcher in the game in which Barry Bonds hit his 755th home run, so he was right in the middle of that. And then later went on to throw a no-hitter in the postseason in the Taiwanese League as a member of the Monkeys. So, you know, did it here and then went overseas. Very successful there. So Pat Mish, quite the player in his day.
No doubt. And Mish, 7th round draft pick in 03 by the Giants. And you said it. How about making your major league debut the same day, the same game that Barry Bonds ties the all-time home run record in Major League Baseball. 755 home runs. Pretty cool. You'll never forget that.
You must think I'm starting the game. It's my debut. I'm the story today, but turns out maybe something a little bigger going on elsewhere.
Yep. Pretty big-time coach to have on staff, Pat Mish. Also played in Toledo. Speaking of Gabe Alvarez, played for Phil Nevin, who was the manager then for the Mud Hens. Squares to bunt, gets it down, and that's a foul ball, says James Briggs. So never mind that. That play, the overthrow, wave it off. James Briggs called time. Now, the question is, did that bunt or tapper hit?
And where did it hit?
And did it hit him in fair or foul territory? Because he'll be out.
Looks like you took a step or two and potentially was in the field of play. I guess the best thing is to restart it. Obviously, if St. Mary's, you're happy it's called a foul ball. And as the Shamrocks, you're happy there's no out recorded because, like you say, that was close to being touched by the batted ball in fair territory, but a key at bat here for French. You want to at least try and get something in play, bring a run across. We'll see the replay here.
Where's the bunt? Got it down, and then it hit him. That looked close.
Or did it hit him at all? It's sort of a ball took a funny English.
That one's fouled back. So runners at the corners, 1 out. If there's a chance, if there's a time ever to make a move, this is it for Catholic Central.
Yeah, opportunities against a guy like Luke Crichton, they don't come often, but big spot here, men on the corners. Can French kind of turn the order over to the Fairchild brothers? A big at bat here. He's done a nice job fighting off these 2-strike pitches.
The 9-hitter French awaits the Crichton pitch. 4-0 Eaglets. Getting late in the game and long in the tooth in the bottom of the 5th. 3 hits today for Catholic Central. And no runs, but trying to change that here. Geisler at third, Swearigan at first. This is the batter French. Luke Crichton has gone 4 in the 3rd innings, given up 3 hits, no runs. He struck out 6 and walked 1. Almost a carbon copy of what he did in game 1. But Luke's hoping to go a little longer than that 4 2/3, at which he pitched on that March chilly afternoon. Ground ball through the whole right side. Here comes Geisler to score. The throw to third, not in time to get Swearigan. Hard hit ball right side. Not sure how they'll rule that, but a run is in, and it's 4-1 as the Shamrocks scratch the surface.
Great job by Tyler French. Really just a very disciplined at bat. Fought off a number of tough 2-strike pitches, and you saw there St. Mary's entirely concerned throughout that at bat with the potential of a steal.
Yeah.
And you even saw the second baseman kind of shading his way over. That ball ordinarily might have been a double play ball, but as his momentum took him to second, RBI for French and a whole new ball game here.
You bet, yeah. Schilp had to range to his right to cover the back, and it left the hole open. So a good call by Catholic Central to send Swearigan on the pitch. And of course, in that situation. So here's Fairchild. Arguably the top player on this roster with a chance to tie the game with 1 swing of the bat. Runner goes to second, no throw from Shubnell, who eats it.
And Rogowski told us, a little scuffling here, uncharacteristically from Fairchild at the plate to start the year, but he said, ready to break out. So what better time is there as the tying run here in the bottom of the 5th against Luke Crichton.
276 hitter. Yeah, he started the year 2 for 20, but has since heated up. That one's popped up to right. Should be playable. Swearigan will tag at third. The catch by Bauman is made, and Swearigan will hold at third as the throw's cut off from the outfield. 2 outs.
Yeah, huge out there for Crichton. Kind of a semi-medium depth. I'm almost a tad surprised that you don't make the guy, make him throw you out at the plate. But another good hitter coming up in Luke Fairchild. Maybe you don't want to end the inning on the bases. Dylan Fairchild just a little bit out in front of that. Looked like that ball had a lot of the plate, a hittable pitch, but might have been expecting something hard and was out in front of the off speed.
Fairchild 1 for 2 in this game, batting .343 on the year. That one's popped up and foul out of play. And on this glorious Friday, a little cloudy to start. Game that was originally rained out on Wednesday. Both these teams will play tomorrow. The Eaglets have Toledo Central Catholic in Orchard Lake. And Catholic Central will take on De La Salle. Ground ball foul. De La Salle played for the first time this year yesterday, and they swept Toledo Central Catholic in a doubleheader. I wasn't sure they were going to play this year. I had to call Dan Samini and say, hey, bro, are you guys going to play this year?
The quirks of Michigan high school schedule. I mean, this will be 13 and 14 here for the Shamrocks, you know.
Yeah, and Brother Rice, I think, has played 20 games. Here's the pitch. Strike 3 called. And the throw down to first, and that is all. Catholic Central gets a run, but they strand runners at second and third. We go to the top of the 6th, 4-1 in this Catholic League Friday double dip. Love, Peace, and Threads Design Bar, a unique new fashion experience in downtown Milford. Get ready to elevate your style by stepping foot in their design shop. Love, Peace, and Threads Design Bar offers specialized collections of custom apparel. They've got custom denim jackets and sweatshirts to dresses and hats, and they've got a variety of options to choose from. Whether you're looking for a one-of-a-kind piece or you want to set a new fashion trend, their store has got you covered with endless customization options. But that's not all. Their design bar is also the perfect place for a fun and creative night out. And you can do a celebration, book a party, and bring the full experience. Gather your family or friends and design your own custom jacket, complete with patches and your own personal touches, and unleash your imagination and create something truly special with their hands-on design experience. Love, Peace, Threads Design Bar is more than just a store. It's a place where fashion meets creativity and community. The end.
Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McKinley scores!
He is Joey Yashinsky. My name is Chad Bush. Alex Westfall is your executive producer on this beautiful Friday afternoon in Novi. So glad you're with us on the Prep and NFHS, our partners. Squaring to bunt, pulling it back for a strike is the Eaglets' number 2 hitter, Luke Crichton, who is on the mound, and now he's on the dish trying to do something, Joey.
Yeah, give credit to Crichton. I mean,
there's a ground ball, diving stop by Fairchild. Did what he could do, but that's a base hit. Dylan knocked it down, but Luke has his second single of the game.
For 21. Yeah, I mean, you see the challenge in trying to really dent the scoreboard against a guy with the pedigree and the talent of Luke Crichton. You can get a couple on, you can make things interesting for a moment, but can you put one in the gap or over the fence to really put a crooked number up? Crichton has done a very good job the last 2 innings, allowing some base runners, but not much on the scoreboard, only 1 run.
Luke's brother Jack is a starter for Clemson, and they knocked off number 9 Virginia yesterday, 6-4.
I believe the coach of Michigan's still down there, right? Eric Bakich.
That's correct. He sure is, and that's the reason Crichton is down there.
That was a remarkable run they went on. I think that was maybe one of his last couple years where they actually made it all the way to the national championship against Vanderbilt, I think.
That's right. That's right. Laser on in relief with Crichton at first, and this is the ever-dangerous Andrew Treibel, who already has a double in this game, and he's been on base twice, the Michigan State commit.
Yeah, my brother Sam, arguably the career leader in ERA at Michigan, 0.00 through 7 innings, so obviously not enough to qualify, but...
Your brother?
My brother,
Get
yeah,
out of
younger
here.
brother. He learned it all from me. And, yeah, he walked on, and over a couple years, didn't get a ton of opportunities, but when he did, 7 innings, no runs, you'd think maybe run him out there a little more, but maybe it's better like that. He leaves his career with no blemishes. So
it's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Not many people can say that.
I once emailed them and said, is there any way of knowing, did anyone ever pitch more and not allow a run?
Of course you did.
And they weren't willing to take the time to look that up. So.
Oh. By the way, Jack is batting a healthy .326 for Clemson. 3rd best on the team, and he's driven in 18 runs. So he's doing his thing. And he will be draft eligible as well this year. Throw back to first, and nothing doing for Crichton, who does run well. It's a very athletic Luke Crichton. Played basketball on Todd Covert's state championship team. So he has a ring on his hand for that.
I mean, you know you're a gifted player when everyone's thinking about you. Well, look at great shortstop, can play center, great hitter, and then suddenly are you going to college to be a pitcher? I mean, that really shows the depth of his skill.
Another couple of parents who were college athletes as well. His mother, college basketball at Oakland. They say it comes from the mom, and this guy's mom was a good one too, Raquel. And her son Andrew draws a walk. So first and second, nobody out, and it's been a whale of a job for Mickey Laser. He has given up just one run. He's done well with his lineup, but you have to start thinking maybe, does Catholic Central make a move and try to shut it down here, or did they reserve that for game 2?
Right, and that was kind of the first time we'd seen him lose a hitter, because you had 1-2. He'd really had good control in his couple of innings of work. Loses Tribal there with the walk, which you don't want to do, and suddenly, like you say, it's kind of that, difficult moment.
Yep. This is Shubnell. He flies it to right, and throw back to second. Errant throw, now the throw to third, and he is out. So Crichton running around the bases, and that's 2 outs just like that.
Let's see what happened here. I almost thought he was caught out at second. We'll see what the umpire did here on this initial play, because the ball comes loose. So we'll see the throw behind. We'll see if the ump called him out, which the ball was, and then he threw it. So
he already called him out. You're right.
Should that be? It could have been a triple play. The fly ball to right, the out at second, then he's out again. I think you can only be out once.
You can only be out once, but it's an old school triple play.
That was a definitive call at second, even though the ball was in midair.
Yeah, it was goofy. So here's Nick Bauman.
Not the type of play you'd expect from Luke Crichton.
No.
If you're not tagging, you can't be 4 or 5 feet off the base, but credit as well to Tyler French. Heads up play, throws behind the runner. You could easily just kind of lollygag that one to third, but saw an opportunity and gave Laser a big out.
That one's popped and fouled out of play to our right. Tribal does run well. You have to wonder if he might be off and running here on Laser's 39th pitch of his outing.
Credit to James Briggs, too, with the hustle, getting down to third. I mean, we saw there was kind of a call made at second, but he took nothing for granted and was in position to make that second call at third.
Yeah, no, Briggs still runs well. Inside to Bauman. Saw action regularly last year in the Eaglet lineup. Steady force defensively, and he is eating up some pitches here.
It's funny to be talking about the Clemson Tigers when you hear a name like Bauman, because I believe that was the player that Woody Hayes hit on the sideline. Charlie Bauman led to the end of the Woody Hayes tenure at Ohio State.
Bro, that is deep.
Yeah, that's a deep
That's a
cut.
great call.
Not allowed to.
Not sure I was ready for that on a Friday. That's strong. That's hit off the leg of Laser. And pardon the pun, but it was a Laser. And they stick with it. Fairchild fields it and flings to first for the final out to keep this a 3-run game. Look at this play.
They're flashing the leather all over the place. The mitt comes off, but heads up play by Fairchild. Nice play by French and Wright. Good glove work by the Shamrocks.
If you are looking for a life-changing workout experience, look no further than Pure Barre Novi. We are proud to help you achieve your fitness goals while joining a vibrant, supportive community that is over 300 women strong. Our classes are designed to strengthen and tone your entire body, and our teachers can help provide modifications for any fitness level. Find out more right now by calling 248-596-0002, visiting our website, following us on social media, or by coming to our studio right on Grand River Avenue in Novi. We can't wait to see you and help you achieve your fitness goals.
Look, everybody wanna go and talk it. At the same time, gotta walk it. Better yet, run, go, hit a lick, divvy up with my homies, and we do it all again. Whenever we get it, there's no hesitation.
We are the Prep, proud to bring you baseball action live on NFHS. Good vibes on this doubleheader Friday. Sun is out shining, and we're in a beautiful carpeted baseball field at Almoran Field. And glad to be here. Chad Bush and Joey Yashinsky with you. Bottom of the sixth. 6 outs remain for Catholic Central. They've got 3 runs to make up. Luke Crichton still out there. And the first one is skied to right to Bauman. Bauman under it, and he makes the routine first pitch out.
Yeah, Luke Crichton really going strong here. A big start, you know, especially with all these games coming up. Both teams have a lot of doubleheaders. I mean, that's what the rain has done. It's crammed a lot of activity into a short period of time. So anytime you can get one pitcher to go out and basically either throw a complete game or get close to it, as a staff, you don't have to tax 4 or 5 guys in one game. So a nice bonus here for Nick DePonio.
Crichton trying to go all the way. He'll face Maxwell here, Tommy Maxwell, who's getting his first action of the year. He's been out with an injury. They're excited about Tommy Maxwell.
Yeah, coming off Tommy John, he's going to provide some good innings for them once he's able to get back on the mound, but a good bat as well. One of the hits today off of Crichton.
Swing and a miss, and Maxwell is out on strikes.
Well, it's really important to try and hit a early fastball from Crichton because those 2 strike breaking balls have really wreaked havoc on the Shamrock lineup.
It's that fastball that runs up to 93. It's that sweeper that he's just learning. And then you throw in that curveball, which is maybe his second best pitch, and changeup. He's just learning, but throws effective. And then that cutter. And he just throws so easy, Joey. Everything's just easy. And the pro scouts love it when you got a long, lengthy, rubbery, athletic right arm like Luke Crichton to work with.
Yeah, and on his fastballs today, you could almost you would know who's pitching just by the sound. I mean, it just hits the catcher's mitt differently, and you kind of know this is a guy who's really dialing it up.
Strike called. It's a strike thrower, and he has just walked 1 today. 8 strikeouts, 1 walk. He's given up 4 hits and 1 run. Trying to beat Catholic Central for the first time this year, but he did start the first game and a no decision.
Well, credit to Tyler Shubnell as well. I mean, we've talked about, okay, it's a little bit bigger of a strike zone and a lot of strikeouts for Crichton, but great framing job. You know, those backward strikeouts don't come by way of just the pitcher. Shubnell has to frame it the right way, bring it an inch or 2 back into the zone. He's done a nice job of that all day.
Not to mention his 2-run single, which got things going offensively. Never easy to add offense when you're that catcher. That's the second walk of the day. Crichton didn't love the call, but it's a 2-out walk. And a fine job by Gatt to stay disciplined in that sequence.
Yeah, you got to be a good team with 2 here. I mean, running out of time. You got 4 more outs to work with. We know what Geisler can do with the bat. We'll see if they can get the tying run to the plate.
Brother Rice has tied the game down in Toledo with St. Francis de Sales. They've tied it at 2 in the 6th, and they've got a threat going with runners on second and third. Brother Rice, St. Mary's, Catholic Central, De La Salle, all seen as kind of the big four, at least on the Michigan side, but you can't disrespect the Ohio teams. I mean, Toledo St. John, who swept Brother Rice. You got DeSales today, who's got Rice on the ropes. Runners are going, or runner is going, and that one is fouled behind us.
Yeah, really no walk in the park anytime you're going to battle in the Catholic League. And, you know, we've seen Catholic Central this year swept by St. Mary's, swept by Brother Rice. So they know they have the horses. They just they got to break loose. They got to have a big outcome in one of these games against a local rival.
Yep, and like Ryan Rogowski reminded us, things really begin on May 31st. That's when the real season starts, and he wants to have his guys ready. That one is ripped to right. That's a base hit, and that will score Gatt. He trots in. The lead has been cut in half here in the bottom of the 6th. So how about that RBI shot to right and the base hit by Geisler?
Yeah, he's been exactly what Rogowski told us. I mean, he said this guy's a great hitter. I can't take him out of the lineup. I apologize for even keeping him out of the lineup for one game. And credit to Jackson Gatt as well. Not an insignificant, whether that was defensive indifference or he stole the bag, a big 90 feet to get into scoring position.
Nick DePonio has come out to have a conversation with his entire infield and considering perhaps a pitching change, but nothing has been declared yet. Conrad, the first baseman, was tapping Nick DePonio on the back saying, all right, let's go. Don't take him out yet. Don't take it. We're good.
He's got one more out in the inning.
Let him go. So the sales job by Conrad, and at the end of the day, I mean, the pitch count is still friendly for Crichton. It's at 65.
I think Mish told us before the game probably around 70. So
is that right? Okay.
I imagine
I wasn't listening.
I imagine probably the last inning here, they probably want to get him through 6.
Yeah.
And we'll see. You know, I don't know what they want to do here semi-early in the season.
So this is the tying run. And this is Tappy. And he looks at a fastball that just misses. Tappy is struck out and grounded out to third. Evan Tappy, the left fielder. There'll be a Monarch, Macomb Community College. That one he reached for and popped it up, and that will get out of here.
A nice short memory here from Jackson Gatt in this game. Obviously had the difficult start, really didn't have his A stuff, but what does he do? He goes to center, makes a big double play, great throw home this inning, gets on, steals second, scores a key run, make it 4-2. So credit to him, didn't hang his head after a difficult open to the game, and he's made a positive impact here for CC.
You bet. Throw back to first to keep Geisler honest. It's his second time on base today for Geisler.
St. Mary's realizing they didn't keep Gatt on. As the game gets a little closer, we got to make these guys earn each 90 feet.
Foul back. Geisler has stolen a couple bases this year. But really his run insignificant outside of the fact that force at second currently exists. You could try to get out of the force, but 2 outs. You need Gatt to get something going. And perhaps get back to the top of the lineup. Next inning. Crichton delivers that slider, and that's down and away. Down and in, rather.
Might have maybe a little bit of a delayed steal there. They maybe think a breaking ball is coming, good pitch to run on. So again, key 90 feet, another single makes this a one-run game. Shamrock offense has really come to life here the last few innings.
Yes, it has. Tappy trying to keep it moving. 333 hitter on the year. And he stays alive. Going the other way, fighting off these Crichton pitches. He's now thrown 70.
Yeah, I think early in the game, these were mostly swing and miss, a lot of whiffs and a lot of strikeouts. And of late, done a much better job going back to at bat by Tyler French, just fouling balls off and making Crichton throw a few extra pitches.
Geisler edges off a second. The pitch is grounded to short. Brustevich handles it, throws to first. It's high. Did he come down? He did. Conrad went up and got down, and that ends the inning. So the Shamrocks get a run back. They cut the lead in half, and this inning ends barely on the Brustevich throw to first that Conrad, the big fella, has got some bunnies. Parents Changing Spaces is a locally owned, free senior living referral and placement service. They help families who have loved ones that can no longer independently care for themselves find a place to live. They work with families across Southeast Michigan to find all types of senior housing, including assisted living, memory care, and residential care homes. In addition, if your loved one is in need of some assistance but not yet ready to make a move, they can provide guidance and resources for in-care home givers, physical and occupational therapy, transportation, and much more. Parents Changing Spaces service is complimentary and of no charge to you. Give them a call today, 844-772-7368, to learn how they can help your family.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
We are the Prep, and Full Court Prep has transitioned into Long Ball Live. Follow us on social media. Austin Sonnenberg, your social media director. Make him happy today. Make him smile. He needs a hug. Follow, like, subscribe. Do it all. He'd love that. We're on X, TikTok, the Gram, the book, and on YouTube. Not today. Today we're on NFHS, but we'll be back on that YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe on NFHS as well. We've got a lot of games in the spring, and you can find us there as well. Info at theprepsports.com. Joey, this is the 7th inning.
Yeah, pretty interesting game. You know, it was all St. Mary's at the beginning. Three runs right in the first inning.
There's a shot. Essig drills one to left center. Going back, and that is caught. Well played in left, and well positioned was Evan Tappy for hard hit out number 1.
Really, that was almost the play of the game there from Conrad at first. We saw 4-2. There's a man in scoring position. Who knows what happens if he doesn't go up to get the ball, come down on the bag. Very key defensive play there from Derek Conrad.
Yes, sir. So this is Conrad, who Joey mentioned made a fabulous play. If that does get beyond, another run score. Runner goes down to second.
Whole new game, yeah.
Whole new game. Conrad had a base hit his last time up, and he's got a grounder now to third. Geisler up with it. And the throw across to Garnick, and there's quickly 2 outs in the Eaglets' 7th.
Yeah, St. Mary's offense, for the most part, has been kept pretty quiet today. I mean, a couple of hits early, a big 2-run single in the first, but for the most part, since then, Laser kept the bat silent, allowed the Shamrocks to creep back into the game.
Yes, sir.
Very nice outing here from Mickey Laser.
It has. It has. You talk about expectations for a guy when he comes into a game. bases are loaded. I mean,
nobody out.
This is the MVP for Catholic Central. Unless they come back and win this game.
Even so, then you still.
Sure, he's still the MVP. You're right.
He still could be the G.
So you find something in games along the way. They talk about you learn a lot in losses. Well, yeah, you learn a lot, not just about how to win, but you got a guy like Mickey Laser who will come in against Orchard Lake St. Mary's and throw 5 innings of 1-run ball.
No, you're right. You learn things about your players because who knows? I mean, you're down 3, bases loaded, nobody out. You know, maybe you think he's almost let's just eat some innings, even if the score gets out of hand. But an outing like this says to the staff, maybe I deserve a start. You know, maybe I need to be more in the mix in key games because he's acquitted himself beautifully here.
This is DJ Taylor, who has checked into the ball game. DJ won a state title under Jermaine Gonzalez on the football field. And that got DJ on the shoulder. And Preston Duff caught that ball on the on-deck circle.
Very weird sequence there. Ricochet off the helmet, barehanded catch by the on-deck hitter.
Number 1, Preston
DJ just a sophomore, and he'll be one of the returners for Jermaine Gonzalez. This looks like a 2-seamer that just went awry.
Flunked him right in the helmet.
Here comes Preston Duff, who had that big RBI single his last time up. Squares to bunt, gets it down. He's had hip issues. Both hips were injured, missed the entire soccer season, but those wheels look to be back. This is the fastest man in Novi right now, perhaps. I'm talking in the city, not this field. This kid can run. And he's got a shot here with Taylor at first, who runs well also. A wide receiver, safety, and running back for Jermaine Gonzalez's team as a sophomore. I think that tells you enough.
If you're seeing the field as an underclassman at St. Mary's, you've got some gifts.
Yep. 2 guys that can really run. Duff is on that one. Nick DePonio went up. He doesn't quite have the bunnies of Conrad, but Nick can get up still a little bit. I mean, Nicky D's got something in those red spikes down there.
And I like to see, some of the things away from the play. We saw in that bunt attempt a minute ago. What does Hudson Brustevich do? He's in the on-deck circle. He sprints out to the field to grab the bat just to give it to Duff as he heads back. Not something you'd maybe expect from your superstar player, but kind of shows you that sometimes the top players, they're also your best hustlers, guys with the best attitude. So just a little something. But if there is a scout on hand, you notice things like that. That's a guy with the right attitude and cares about his teammates.
A very low maintenance star. And you just can't ask for anything better than that.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting ready for your at-bat. You're really not obligated to hustle out and be a bat boy.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he did.
Duff lines one to left, and that's going to get down. Duff with another base hit, back-to-back for Preston, who's feeling just right. And those hips are swiveling in Novi today.
Yeah, what a weapon that could be if he really becomes a threat there at the bottom of the order. Suddenly you're turning it over to the top with an extra base runner now, and he could really be something important there for St. Mary's, swinging the bat like he is today.
Yep. It's the 9th hit of the day for St. Mary's. And with 2 outs, you've got 2 of your fastest runners on base, in Taylor and Duff. Now, you've also got one of your best hitters up in Brustevich. You want to make sure he gets his cuts.
And then if you do happen to run, suddenly now maybe you don't throw to him really. You got a base open, so a lot of things at play.
Brustevich is hitless today. Hudson Brustevich, who ended game 1 of the year between these 2 teams with a walk-off home run to right in the 9th. Trying to extend this lead now, which is not comfortable for the Eaglets. But Laser has had Brustevich's number today.
Yeah, just been a little bit uncomfortable there at the play. I mean, the first at bat, I think he took one off the shoe, and since then, like you say, not often that Brustevich is going to go the whole game without putting one somewhere.
Taylor at second, Duff at first. Hudson Brustevich, the #1 player in the state of Michigan, is up. And we'll do it again.
And anytime the opposing coach classifies you as the best player he thinks in the state, that's high praise, which is how Rogowski described Hudson Brustevich.
Yes, he did. His brother Parker at Notre Dame. Hudson committed to Notre Dame his freshman year. So did the guy in the on-deck circle, but he committed to Indiana his freshman year, and Luke Crichton. You can no longer do that. They've changed that rule. You got to wait till you're a junior. Popped up.
Yeah, I mean, not often, even if you were to commit as a sophomore nowadays, a lot of times that commitment's going to flip once, twice, 3 times. So credit to a guy like Brustevich for making a decision and just sticking to that decision. Credit to him.
Yes, sir. Notre Dame in the ACC, of course, they played Clemson, and the former teammates Brustevich, Parker, and Jack Crichton got to go against one another, which is always fun. Just missed outside. Notre Dame 17-15, by the way, on the year. And Parker has started 28 of 30 games this year. Count is full. 2 are out. And throw back to second, not in time. DJ Taylor mixes his way back in there. DJ says, man, I'm tired.
It's been a long at bat. I mean, a good battle on the part of Laser and Brustevich, neither giving an inch, but obviously the last thing you want to do is end this inning with a pickoff at second. So Taylor better make sure that ball is heading towards home plate before starting his trek.
Brustevich looking for his first hit today, and just too much time, and James Briggs grants the lefty Huddy with time. Duff at first, Taylor at second, top of the 7th, last call for the Eaglets in this game. Perhaps. Swing and a drive, high and deep to left, but playable. And Tappy has it for out number 3. So we go to the bottom half of the 7th. Closing time for the Shamrocks. Can we have dramatics? Stick around, we'll find out after this.
Every high school sporting event in the state of Michigan has one thing in common: officials. Every game, every meet, every match. Without officials, there'd be no touchdowns, no three-pointers, no face-offs. Without officials, there'd be no games. Officiating is a great way to give back to your community and stay involved with the sports you love. And officials are needed now more than ever, because without officials, it's just practice.
Look, everybody wanna go and talk. At the same time, gotta walk it. Better yet, run, go, hit a lick, divvy up with my homies, and we do it all again. Whenever we get it, there's no hesitation.
Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
Welcome back, Chad and Joey with you. Bottom of the 7th. We've got a new pitcher on. Luke Crichton's day is done on the mound. He's in line for the win, but it'll be up to Hudson Brustevich, Joey, to do the rest of the work. What should we know about Hudson on the mound?
Yeah, Brustevich reaches the high 88, but what Pat Mish told us prior to the game was look out for a very deceptive changeup on the part of Brustevich, both in and out, running away from left-handed hitters. So he'll look to use that changeup here and kind of redeem himself. Tough day at the dish, but the game of baseball allows you multiple opportunities, so he can kind of put some of those struggles to bed by closing the door here, picking up a save here in the 7th.
He'll have to face the 8, 9, and 1 hitters that are due up, and Cam Swearigan, Tyler French, and then the leadoff man Dylan Fairchild. So Catholic Central is guaranteed to get to the top of the lineup to their star committed to Cincinnati, but they need a little help from the bottom half, and it starts with Cam Swearigan, who had a base hit his last time up.
Yeah, I think they want to put one of these heartbreakers on somebody else for a change, reverse the trend of the one-run losses, the sweep at the hands of St. Mary's earlier in the year, and a good start with a nice take there from Swearingen.
Hudson Brustevich on the mound. Strike called on the outside corner. Luke Crichton switches spots with Brustevich and is now on at shortstop. Those two have been playing with each other since they were 7 years old, by the way.
Really confident. Nice take there from Swearingen on a tough 2-2 pitch.
The future Cardinal grounds one firmly to third. Tribal with a routine throw across the diamond. And Bunny's Conrad snatches it for out number 1.
Yeah, I think he heard the reference to the Bunnies. I think he appreciated that. Gave a nice grin over to the broadcast booth. And nice infield defense. Never easy to make a long throw across the diamond, but key play there from Tribal. He's had a nice game over at the hot corner. A big first out for Brustevich.
Yeah, pretty clean game defensively, both ways. Pretty impressive, actually. Sometimes you take for granted those routine plays.
Yep.
But just one error on the day combined for both teams, and that was the Catholic Central error that I think they gave the left fielder, which technically I think you could argue it was not an error.
Yeah, I think that kind of depends occasionally, and I don't know, does it matter completely if it's off the glove? I think if it's a sun ball, you're given that kind of benefit of the doubt. That one just looked like a misplay.
Yeah.
But they snuck out of that one. They've done a good job of that. They just haven't been able to do enough offensively.
Swing and a miss on that sweeper. Throw down to first, and Conrad had to dance around some traffic again. But the Shamrocks are down to their final out here in the bottom of the 7th as Brustevich gets his first K.
Yeah, one of the underrated aspects of the game today has been the defense of Derek Conrad. That's his second pick. We saw the elevation to get that key play on the high throw from Brustevich. So nice job defensively from Derek Conrad.
Breaker from Brustevich is taken. So that'll leave it all up to Dylan Fairchild, who's looking for his first hit today. Both stars and leadoff men, ironically, have combined for 0 hits today.
Yeah, sometimes it's the second or third banana, or the bottom of the order in this case. We've seen Duff and the damage that he's done.
2-2 is lined to short and dropped. Crichton drops it. So that keeps the train a-moving. And so the tying run now will come to the plate. And brother Fairchild gets a chance now. Luke Fairchild.
Yeah, we'll see what happened there. I wasn't sure if, boy, that was just right in his right in the pocket and happened to kind of hit the palm of the glove and pop out.
We jinxed the error.
And very much
clean game.
Clean, sharp game, and a minute later, not true.
That one grounded to short, and Crichton throw to first, not in time. So the winning run now comes to the plate in Garnick as the Fairchild boys do their part to keep it going. That's a clean base hit.
Yeah, nice effort by Crichton. Nothing he could really do. The only play is probably the second. There was no play to either base. So, that key drop there, that was the game-ending play. Little half pop up there to Creighton with an uncharacteristic drop. And suddenly the winning run here for the Shamrocks in the form of Nick Garnick.
Garnick is flown out deep to right and nearly gets nipped there. Flew out deep to right in the first, you'll recall. That was a fine catch by Bauman. Hitless in this game, but he has that pop.
Yeah, a couple homers on the year. Rogowski said might be the team's best hitter.
The 1-1. And now 3-1. Runner at second is Fairchild. That's Dylan. Luke is at first. Luke represents the tying run. 2 outs to the 7th. 3-1 pitch from Brustevich to Garnick. Strike called.
Boy, what a pitch from Brustevich. I mean, you don't want to give in entirely, and you don't want to give away the at-bat either, and just did exactly what he wanted to do, living on the edge of the strike zone there, and probably a good take by Garnick. Not sure what he could do with that pitch.
Shamrock bench rising. Runners will be off. Full count, 2 outs, 2-run lead. Tying run at first, winning run at home. The pitch to Garnick. Got him on strikes. And Brustevich ends it for the Eaglets with a double fist pump. 4-2, St. Mary's cleans up. And an emotional Hudson Brustevich, a guy that's usually low-key, fired up coming off that mound, gets the big K to end the game.
Yeah, I don't think he liked the direction that inning was starting to go with the winning run at the plate, especially such a dangerous hitter. And yeah, maybe an early regular season game, but you see the fire. Both teams really want this one. Heated rivalry and a well-played game.
All right, we'll come back and have our G of the game before we get to game 2. Back with more and our G of the game right after this.
If you are looking for a life-changing workout experience, look no further than Pure Barre Novi. We are proud to help you achieve your fitness goals while joining a vibrant, supportive community that is over 300 women strong. Our classes are designed to strengthen and tone your entire body, and our teachers can help provide modifications for any fitness level. Find out more right now by calling 248-596-0002, visiting our website, following us on social media, or by coming to our studio right on Grand River Avenue in Novi. We can't wait to see you and help you achieve your fitness goals.
Look, everybody wanna go and talk. At the same time, gotta walk it. Better yet, run, go, hit a lick, divvy up with my homies, and we do it all again.
We are the MHSAA, a collection of 750 high schools and 750 middle schools, from Temperance to Copper Harbor, from New Buffalo to Alpena. Each year, more than 250,000 students play one of our 28 sports. More than 1.5 million fans attend our postseason games. There are 30,000 coaches and 8,000 officials, not to mention all of the volunteers. The MHSAA believes in the 4 S's. School sports should be safe and kept in the appropriate scope. We believe nothing beats great sportsmanship, and that scholarship in the classroom is more important than excellence on the field or court. Most of all, we believe school sports should be fun. So come out and join us at a game. Support your school, support your community, and come see what the excitement is all about.
The store is set up. He's got the order, and he's off. It's a full court press. These brands are knocking it out of the park. This, my friends, is the speed we've come to expect from this team. Just look at the precision of that move. And it's out of here.
Lowering the shoulder. swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
St. Mary's wins it 4-2. Time now for our G of the game. And let's go now to our G of the game. Joey standing by.
And we're here with the G of the game after a big 4-2 Orchard Lake St. Mary's win. We're with Luke Crichton. Excellent game, started the game, 6 innings. How'd you feel on the mound? You really dominated those first few innings. How'd you feel out there? And tell us about the game.
Yeah, I felt good. I was being confident, trusting my teammates behind me to make plays, throwing strikes, and it worked out.
And it seems like you really know how to kind of mix the fastball and you get ahead, you mix in the off speed. Is that kind of like what you like to do? You're going with the gas and then trying to get them off balance when you're ahead in the count?
Yeah, definitely. With starting with the 1-1 count, first pitch strike's huge, and then you can go anywhere from there, whether you start with a fastball, a curveball, and yeah, just be aggressive and attack the hitter.
I mean, it's a regular season game. We're still kind of early, but it's a rival. It's a local rival. You can tell really big energy from your dugout. What does it mean to you when you play against Catholic Central and now 3-0 against them on the year?
Yeah, definitely. It's a lot of fun with my teammates. We all just try to have as much fun as possible, win, especially when we're going against CC, you know, a good rival. They're a good team too, so they're always good games against them.
And not something we expect from Luke Crichton, but what happened there? Bottom 7, game-ending play, a little kind of half pop-up. Take us through that one.
Yeah, it was tough. The sun, but I'm no excuses. But yeah, I should have made it, but next play.
And he kind of went with the air Jeter on the next play. It was a nice-looking play. But you guys will be out here for Game 2. Obviously, you did what you did on the mound. Are we going to see you back in the lineup, or are you going to be playing the field here in Game 2?
Yeah, I'll most likely be playing center field. Not 100% sure, but I think so.
Awesome job. Luke Crichton, the G of the game, 8 strikeouts, couple of hits at bat, leads the Eaglets to a 4-2 win. Congratulations, Luke, on being today's G of the game. And we'll see you back out here for the second game. And we'll be back after this here on the Prep.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Joey. Congratulations to Luke Crichton. G of the game again. That collection's getting pretty long. This is how it all went down. The Eaglets would come out and get things going in the first with 3 runs. And that was a good start, something the Eaglets needed. And it was the 2-run single by Tyler Shubnell that got things rocking. 3-0 St. Mary's at that point. No scoring until the 5th. The Eaglets would add 1 on there. But then Catholic Central would come back with 1 at the bottom of the 5th and another at the bottom of the 6th. And this was a 2-run game. You see the run score. And the tying runs would come on base in the 7th before Hudson Brustevich would shut it down, striking out with the tying run on base, the winning run at the dish. And Joey Yashinsky, we saw another Catholic League battle today. They'll do it again in a moment. Your thoughts on this Game 1 victory between these 2 Catholic League Blue Bloods?
Yeah, I mean, not a ton of offense from the Eaglets, not a power explosion, but that 3-run inning in the first proved to be too much. A lot of traffic from the Shamrocks the last 3 or 4 innings. Never quite got the big hit to put them over the top.
So that'll do it. Luke Crichton gets the win, and the Eaglets run their record to 5-3. Catholic Central falls to 7-6. Let's do this again in about 20 minutes. Stick with us on a separate link on NFHS. Thanks for watching. For all the friends and hard-working production crew at the Prep, thanks for watching. For my partner, Joey Yashinsky, my name is Chad Bush, saying so long from Novi and Al Moran Field. Back with Game 2 coming up on the other side of this. Talk to you soon. Have a great afternoon, everyone. So long.